Welcome back. It's your host, Mr. Greg. Just want to thank you for tuning in on this fine day. We are here to talk about waffles. I love waffles. Apparently, you guys love waffles, or you wouldn't be here. Either way, before we talk about some waffles, let's do a little quick housekeeping. Let's talk about Pearl Milling Company. First of all, I doubt the Pearl Milling Company is listening, but if you are, can we please have Aunt Jemima back? I'm sorry that the culture has canceled Aunt Jemima. The family that was getting paid, they missed their money. They didn't like this. At least that's what I saw. Either way, I miss Aunt Jemima on my syrup. That's all I have for that. Sorry guys for the quick diversion. We're gonna come back. So now let's talk about waffles. So what is it? Last week or the week before, whichever. I think it was last week. We had several waffles. We had a couple waffles released. Couple waffles. It sounds so weird. We had Nike drop some waffles, so Nike dropped, and it's gonna be a tongue twister for me, so I'm gonna probably screw it up. But Nike dropped the Waffle Sacai Fragment, and then they also dropped the Waffle Sacai Clot. So there were pretty much two versions. One that was the Sacai Clot for Clot, and one that was the Sacai Fragment for Fragment. Both of them are equally awesome colorways, but it has been kind of clear which one is the more popular one. A lot of times you can follow the way I follow the popularity of the sneaker, and I know it's probably not the best way to price it, but be honest with you, the market for anything explains anything. Market for cars, certain cars are valued higher because they're worth more or because people want them more. Same with diamonds and gold; they're valued by how many people want them. So when I want to see the value of something, I go to StockX or Go and I see what they're selling for. And so when I compare the two, regardless of how I feel, I see one is clearly reselling for more than the other, which is showing that people love it more than the other. So what we're going to do today is we're going to put both shoes in the light box, and we're going to just go through the materials and the colorway, and we're going to decide which one truly is better than the other, and then which one is the market saying is better. But before we do go to the light box, I'm going to say the colors here because I'm not going to have the colors on me, and I'm not going to remember them when I get in the light box. So anyway, so for the gray one, the colors are light smoke, gray, white, and black. And for the multicolored other one, how the world is net a color? Net, orange, blaze, and deep red. Okay, sorry. You guys don't have to see that. I don't even understand Nike how net is a color. But I have said before, Nike just makes up their own colors. They just do that. I think they just like messing with us. Hopefully you guys can see that. But net is a color. If it wasn't a color, it's a color now. Either way, we're going to finish this conversation in the light box. So see you over there. All right, so into the light box as promised, and as you can see, we have the Sacai fragments. Bam. And then we have the Sacai Clot. Bam. Is one better? Is one not better? Let's go into that. So I have heard some gripes on certain parts of the shoe. Let's first explain the differences between the two shoes. Let's see if I can give a good view of both here. So at the toe box, of course, Clot has gone with its on the right here. If you don't know which one, this is the Clot, this is the Fragment. Clot has been known lately, they've dropped those Air Max 1s this year, three Air Max 1s, and they all have kind of those, or two of them have more so of a clear toe box, and one of theirs actually has kind of more of a mesh, some not clearish, but of a widely meshly opened toe box. So they've been really popular more so for these clear toe boxes like this. So you have the Clot version, which you see several parts here around this. The surrounding toe box are actually a suede. Actually, the quality on both of them is pretty good, but you probably can see the difference in suedes as well, though. So let me see. The suede on the Fragment is kind of that not rougher suede, but that more shaggy suede, and then the suede on the Clot is just a smooth It's just a smooth suede, and I'm sure you can see that. But then also, and then there's also the other differences you can see here is if you look at the But let's just back up a little bit. As far as construction, as in where everything is on the shoe, everything's in the same places. The waffle, I mean the triple or the double sole, the double Nike, double Nike checks on the side. Everything's in the same place. The only differences between the shoe are the colors and the material. So anyway, back into the eyelets. So the eyelets, you can see you still have that kind of shaggy suede here on the Fragment, but on the Clot, it's actually leather. Like I said already, the toe box here, you have more of a tightened mesh toe box on the Fragment, but you have that clear see-through, that transparent somewhat toe box on the Clot, which some people I've seen complain about and don't really like. That actual see-through mesh goes straight through to the side, so you can even see on the side panels. Come on, be easy on me. Ha, there we go. You can see even on the side panels, you know, it goes through the shoe as well. On the insole there, you can see, if you can see, you can see there's a Clot symbol on the insole of that. And then on the inside of the Fragment one, they actually don't say anything about Fragment. It just says Nike Sacai in there. That's funny. Either way, as far as material goes, like I said, the material is the only thing that truly differs. The one thing you see here on the Fragment, though, they do have the classic Fragment Sacai written on the side, and the Sacais don't actually have. I mean, the Clot version, you see how these are going to throw me off, guys? The Clot version doesn't have actually anything written on the side. Now, I did just notice the difference between the two checks. The first check on the Clot actually has that kind of snake leather look, and the Nike symbol on the Fragment actually just looks normal. Actually, also, the Nike, if you touch the Nike on the Clot, it's just kind of the Nike check on the Clot. The back, the second one behind the orange one, it kind of feels normal. But the ones on the Fragment actually are a lot softer. Of course, because of the build, the Clot is a lot lighter than the Fragment. But one thing also noticeable, I feel like the construction of I personally feel like the construction of the Fragment is a little bit more, I guess, heftier. I mean, and maybe part of that is because, you know, the side panels and on the Clot, the side panels and the toe box, you know, it's less material because it is mesh, or not mesh. I don't even really know what to call that material. It's maybe that makes it lighter, but either way, the Fragment, the gray one here below, is actually a little bit heavier than the Clot version. As you can see on the tongues, the tongue in the back on both shoes has the symbol for each version, so you can see that Clot symbol right there. Then you can see that Fragment symbol right there. Either way, both shoes are beautiful shoes. So going into, I guess, what we talked about earlier, I was saying sometimes you can look at the market price of anything and tell what is preferred at that moment, which is highly more favored by the masses. And the truth is, if you go by market, and market will be StockX, Go, whoever's selling, and you look at their prices that they're selling for and they're bidding for and so on, the Fragment is the more popular shoe. From what I've seen people say, is it's more wearable because it's a basic color. It's basic. Gray goes with a lot. It's a middle ground. So I've seen people say, you know, pretty much it's a tougher fit for the Clot Fragment. I mean, for the Clot Waffle, trying to figure out, you know, what to match it with. You know, it's got to be more. You got to be super matchy match to get this one going. But with this one, of course, it's going to go with a lot more colors. My preference. Well, I am Mr. Gray, so I'm just saying that does mean something. I know this is gonna sound ridiculous, but I own a buttload of gray shirts. I love the color gray. I mean, I love black. I like a lot of colors, but gray is probably one of my favorite colors. That's not why I missed the gray specifically, but it just so happens to be my favorite color. Even though I'm not always the biggest suede fan, I love all the hints of fade and how it has that more shaggy suede on it. I like that versus the cleaner suede here on the Clot. Either way, both suedes are nice, but to me, if I were going to give these a first place and a second place, this clearly is in first place. So you win the race, Fragment, for this time. Hopefully next time Clot might outrun you, but this time I feel like Fragment won this match. So either way, guys, I hope this has been helpful if you're trying to decide which one to get, if you should get one, the other, or both. This is the Nike Sacai, Nike Sacai Fragment and a Nike Sacai Clot review. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And once again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and also hit that notification bell. I really appreciate it. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Mr. Great out.